and gentlemen, once again, I have been tried to be duplicated, but they can't do it.
What?
Yeah, Sister JJ. Maybe you haven't seen it, but there's a television show now. They're trying to duplicate you and I.
What?
Yeah, King Charles.
King Charles.
King Charles?
Yeah, Gail King.
Uh-huh. I know what you're talking about.
And Charles Barkley.
They stole y'all idea.
They trying to be like me and Sister JJ.
What? I mean, Charles Barkley don't have the talent, to even
Charles
remote.
Barkley just silly, man.
You
I
know
mean,
how
I
to
watch
be
him but
remotely to you.
strictly for entertainment value, but he be trying to be deep and shit. I be like, you wait. Charles Barkley lost me, and God bless him for the sports, and he knows basketball.
Right.
He lost me when he said that basically he was saying racism was a myth, and in Alabama, he was thinking he should run for governor, he'll win. Them crackers
remember that.
will run your ass out.
Racism is a myth?
Yeah, and he mad at
He was
Weightball,
saying
which I
that,
ain't
but
mad at.
yeah.
But yeah, he basically said, I'm paraphrasing,
Right.
but that he thinks that he could run and be governor of Alabama. I'm like,
Well, right now, because of who they got at governor, he probably could.
no. It's
Man.
not enough.
I mean, as long as he did
You
it
are
as a
not gonna get
Republican.
white folk to vote for
I
no
don't
black
care.
governor
He not
in
finna
Alabama.
vote.
If he
in
ran,
Alabama.
if he ran as Republican, he probably would, just because who's in office. I'm telling you, man. I ain't trying to revoke none of my
And
privilege.
you know
when I
black
go
people
home
gonna
out
vote for
Alabama,
you because
but
you're black.
I'm just telling you.
Huh?
Black people gonna vote for him because he's black. They gonna be like, I feel.
If they go vote.
I wanted him to win. I wanted him to win a ring anyway. He never won one, so I'm gonna vote for him.
And then the rest
If
do
he
it.
go- if they go
I think
vote.
if he ran as a Republican, he would have a strong shot. Only because he got in office now. There,
If
the other
he
color guys
did,
before that.
if he did, the only reason he would win is because white folk felt like he was a quote unquote Tom.
Of
They would
course.
not vote for a
Someone
black
who wants to
man
do it right,
that
yeah.
they thought was
that would look out for everyone and do it the right
that
way.
was doing the right thing.
But any black man that runs as a Republican is pretty much endorsed by the powers. At that point, they accept him as he's one of the good
Well, you got
Negroes
the
that's
silly-
gonna
you
work
got
on
the-
our
you got the
behalf.
silly nigga that ran for president for a minute. That silly boy.
Tim Scott.
What's that?
Tim Scott.
Tim
He's
Scott.
the biggest idiot ever lived. Now, I mean, I got a problem with anybody running. Well, not really. I don't know. But initially, I have a problem with anybody running who has no chance of winning. What are you doing? What are you doing when and he my boy.
Getting free
But
donations.
when Cornel West runs for president, come on, what you
Man, yeah.
You asking people to basically throw their vote away
Yep.
and vote for you
Yep. There's no way
because
he had a
there's
chance.
no way you are going to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a problem voting for anybody that don't know they have flies in Iowa.
Don't know what?
They have flies in Iowa.
Who don't know they got flies?
Donald Trump, you didn't see him do the
He
speech?
said they didn't know they got flies.
I didn't know y'all had flies in Iowa. Flies in Iowa. Who would have thought that?
Donald Trump is a comedian,
He's
man.
mad.
He's just
funny.
having the time of his life.
He just say anything. Ain't got nothing to do with politics.
Anything.
Nothing to do with
Because
politics.
he think he got it in the bag.
Anything.
Isn't he still in the lead?
Yes.
I mean, he's in the lead.
Not only is he in the lead with regards to the Republican nomination, the
Overall
polls
presidency.
say he's in the lead over Biden to become president of the United States.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So
Right, but
he having the time of
56%
his
to
life.
40%.
Who are they really polling though? When
Thank
they
you.
they be
I'm
giving them
so-
polls, they put all that information out to sway people
Yeah.
one way
'Cause you
or
ever got a call?
another, make you believe. So ain't nobody never polled me for nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
Yeah,
not
poll-
relevant to their poll.
Why not? He's a voter.
Excuse me. Excuse
No,
me.
you are relevant in
Excuse
my
me.
eyes, but I'm
Saying to
telling
their
you,
poll.
to their poll, you're
Right,
not
because they don't
relevant
want to
their
know
poll.
what black people polling.
Exactly.
They gonna give you what.
But the poll,
Especially the black man's vote. They really have no respect for the black man's
It's
vote.
almost like
I saw a specific
I disagree with
poll
that.
where they went out and specifically polled young black men.
Thank you.
And the young black men said they were not intending to vote for Biden. Now, they didn't say who they were intending to vote for,
They ain't gonna vote.
but they said they were not intending.
But them
to
polls
vote.
are like Family Feud when they be like, we ask 100 Americans
Yeah,
what all right, what 100 Americans you ask? You
I
ain't
got
asked
polled
100.
one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
That's
asked me,
you nasty
What
though.
they asked
You
you
nasty
for?
and you from
how
Mississippi.
did I like
Ain't no
the
telling.
McRib sandwich?
And what'd you say?
I never. No, I don't like it. It's not rib. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, we gotta understand and know that the black vote is still very, very important. But also
Yes,
at
it is.
At the same time, what they're underestimating, what they don't do. You got a lot of 18-year-olds that's going to be graduating high school this year. That's out and coming, and they're going to be very modern thinking. So that's why I think the numbers.
Can you
are
vote
skewed.
18 or 21? What is it?
18.
18.
You can
18.
drink at 21.
Can't drink till you 21.
Yeah, yeah.
You voted 18.
18
That's ass backwards. You should be able to.
And some people talking about- some states talking about lowering that.
Now, I tell you what. I've been voting for a while. How many times you seen an 18-year-old in line?
It's not a lot of them.
But you go to vote first thing in the morning. You don't go at 18-year-old hour.
I see some youngsters.
I ain't never
No,
seen
we're
it.
not saying he's not saying that they're not out there. He's saying how many, and it's not a lot of. When my son turned 18, that was a must. We went together for him to vote, and so he knows that this is a part of who he is and what he
You
must
tell him who
do.
to vote for?
No,
but-
what I made him do was
You
sit
took
there
him by
and
his
watch
ear.
so he can have his own opinion.
You took
Well,
it
I
like
had
this.
my,
Yeah, but
I had
like
my
Weightball
daughter-
said, though,
when my
we
dog
voted in the
got
morning.
age, when my dog got old enough to vote, I said, y'all old enough to vote? They said, yeah. I said, okay, who would y'all vote for if I took y'all in there? And they say wrong name. Hell, I ain't taking. I said, well, you're not going
So you ain't old enough to vote. Obviously, you don't know who to vote for yet, right?
You obviously ain't got sense enough
Right.
to vote.
Other nationalities do it. I know some nationalities that their children live here and they are citizens here. They're in other countries, and they tell them which way to vote. So
we can't
you're
afford
not
that.
wrong with what you're
But-
doing.
but it's a lot of black
But I
parents
wanted
with
my
white
son
parents,
to
too.
think for himself. I didn't want him to be, oh, I'm just going to vote because they told me to vote. No, understand what you're doing. Understand what you're
According to where
doing.
your
No,
child
you
went to
vote who
school
I
at.
tell you to vote for.
According to where your child went to school at, a lot of parents are scared to take their kids because they can't read the ballot no way.
Right.
You got to stick your head and read it for them.
So what's that, Mississippi?
Die.
I was just
I have
asking.
you to know. I have a lot of scholars out of the state of Mississippi.
I was just asking.
Lot of
you
scholars.
know.
out
A lot of
Mississippi.
scholars.
Lot of
I mean, when you said they couldn't read,
J. Bone
really,
Brown,
though.
Louis
Okay.
Louis Stone, all them guys.
Yeah.
You never heard of these
I don't know none of
scholars.
that. Yeah.
J. Bone Brown was anyway.
you
Leroy
said that.
Eaton
You
and,
said- you said him once,
Tyrone
but yeah.
Davis and
Tyrone
Jerome
Davis.
Big.
That's right.
I done got both people riled up, boy.
I was trying to rock with him. I was trying to rock with him, but we said J. Bone Brown, man. I was like, bro, you know me ride with the dog, but when you said J. Bone Brown,
And them just the people who graduated high school with you. They're the people he know graduated high school back in the
Eunice
day.
Martin, Ernestine Johnson, all them.
He ain't even talking about nobody who went to college yet. He talking about the people who graduated high school. Wait till he talk all the college graduates on there.
Elroy Bingham,
My
biggest
original,
scholars ever.
but my original point as to the Gail
Gail and
King
Charles,
and Charles Barkley show was, do you think? And it came up the other day because LeBron came out and said something about gun violence and so forth. So a lot of the people are saying, "Well, you're an athlete. You shouldn't have shit to say about."
Shh, you see how fine
Society
you see how fine LeBron wife is? You got all that money. He's
Shut up and
the
dribble.
advocate for guns.
What? I don't get that.
I don't need
Protecting his beautiful wife and his money. Yeah, he's an advocate for guns.
No,
okay.
he was coming out and saying we got to do something about this gun violence. You know, they had the shooting in Las Vegas the other day
Yeah.
while they were having a tournament. And so here's my question to y'all: do you think, as an athlete, do you have a social responsibility to see after the plight of your people, or should you just go on, sell your T-shirts, act a fool, put your hand in people's face, and let people sit back and say, "Look at that nigga shit"? Or do you have some kind of obligation to represent your people? Do you have any kind of, is Charles Barkley the go-to person for black people?
No, but I do think if you're an athlete, you got a platform, and
You have a lawyer.
and you enjoy and you got large following, and you enjoy the benefits of people coming to any of your camps and all that stuff. Yeah, you got an obligation, man, to pave the way and help your people.
Okay, now you got obligation. Now, are you to be held as an authority one way or the other
When you say authority on what?
on anything? Should you
Yeah,
should
you
you
should.
carry weight about social matters because you're an athlete, should you pay attention to who Charles Barkley said he gonna vote for? Let me get it.
Well, most of the time, athletes.
Let me get it like this. Let me pose this question.
Okay.
So he and Gayle King are on a television show, supposedly about social consciousness or whatever. Who the hell is Charles Barkley? As much as I love the guy, who the hell is he? Who the hell is she? Tell me about.
Well, it's like
social conscious.
It's like Malcolm X said. Like they've been using that for years. He's an athlete and he has influence. Or you have an entertainer. They don't come and ask truly people what their opinions are and all that stuff.
When they got some kind of black-white issue, they go to Barkley. They don't go to Al Sharpton. That's my point I'm making.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't go to Al Sharpton.
No, they don't.
They don't go to Cornelius West.
Nah.
They'll
go to Kurt Franklin. They go to
Charles Barkley.
Yeah, they go to Kurt Franklin, Charles Barkley. Yeah.
They don't go to TD Jakes. They
don't do that.
None of them. They go to Charles Barkley.
Well, they might go. Well,
TD Jakes every day.
My thing is,
I ain't too with G.
As an athlete, it's a lot of ways to try to make a change.
Exactly.
And you don't have to try to make a change right after you score 50 points and they shooting questions at you in a boardroom. You know what I'm saying? So it's
right.
The same people who can choose to say I don't have no comment right now. Like you trying to catch me off guard and make me lose my money. But if you check what I do, I'm giving back. I'm spending money where it matters. I'm spending money in rallies and things that I'm trying to get equality. I might fund somebody's legal fees. For prosecution, defense, whatever it is, I might go out my way to do that, and I'm going to do it behind the scenes. But whatever I do, I ain't going to make everybody happy. Somebody going to look at me and be like, I should be doing more, regardless of what I'm doing. So
I don't know if you should be doing more, but there is some kind of underlying thing that when athletes try to speak out and do certain stuff, man, they cut their legs or don't allow them. When JR, what's the man that would play with LeBron?
JR Cricket.
Not J.R. Crickets. J.R. Smith. Man, when J.R. Smith was doing a show with all the basketball players, he said, why should we have to wait for a gym to open? You got this so many million, I got so many. We should better do this. The moment he said that, they have not given him a platform since.
Right.
Name the last time you heard him say anything about that. It's like when if it gets legs or somebody like that. He said, why we gotta go? He said, why we gotta UCLA and open up a gym?
To open up for us to play when we got our own money, we could have bought.
We could have bought a gym and opened it up. But the moment he said that, you ain't seen him not on one platform. So there is a thing we got to fight through.
LeBron should do a survey and find out how many people have shot people wearing his shoes. So he could be an advocate and say, this is the problem, they're wearing my shoes.
Well, I agree with what you're saying, Brian. I also agree with what you're saying, Weightball. But to your point, then, Brian, then that's when they come together, right? And then they do what they need to do to show them, okay, your platform still do not stop us. And I feel as though when you have such a strong platform, you do have to be mindful about the things that you say. But if you talk to the intellect of people, it's not even it doesn't become a black and white thing. It just becomes a human race thing. And so I think that when you use those type of terminologies, then you can get a little bit further. So unfortunately, we as black people, we have to be a little bit more mindful on how we deliver our message, because they do have that yoke on a lot of our athletes and entertainers.
What's threatening though? What's
mindful
threatening
about how you say
but what's
what
threatening?
you say. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
I'm saying what's threatening? You saying he got to change the terminology, but what's threatening? Weightball, you got $200-some million. I got 125. It only costs $4 million to build a gym. Why do I got to change the way I talk to you? But the moment you and I get together, all of a sudden it's a coincidence that either you get removed from talking or I get removed.
Okay,
Why we got to be careful?
This is my thing. I'm agreeing with what you're saying.
I know what you're saying.
However, I am saying because that happened at that moment, then those get together and continue and make it happen and show them you still didn't stop.
But how? I'm asking you, but how? Regardless of the fact, you can say do it, but when you go in there, I need land permits. I need license and stuff for this. you're still looking in their faces in order to get that most of the time. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Like,
I
it's
understand.
deeper
We
than
can
what
have
we're
the
doing.
money.
Like, we can have the money, but
they
if
wanna
they don't
zone it
grant
for
us
you.
the
They
line
wanna
of
use the
zoning for us,
zoning.
and they know what it's going to be for, we still are fighting that. And nobody wants to talk about this stuff.
Right.
So I
That's
just want
true.
to understand. It
Believe
just
me,
ain't
you
as
said it
easy as
gotta
we
do
got
black and white.
millions of
It does.
dollars.
That's true.
Yeah, it
That's
ain't
true.
Yeah,
me
so-
say
I
this.
agree 100%
Let me
with
say this.
you.
You said this country ain't about black and white. Yes,
I
it
didn't
is.
say this. I
Navy
did not say
Federal.
that. No, listen
well,
to me.
then
I
you
didn't say
said-
that.
You did
said
say
it was a
that.
black and-
I said when
ain't
you
no
start
race
talking
thing.
to the intellect of a person, I mean to the intellect of the people, then you have to let them see that we're not making it a black and white thing. Unfortunately, that's how
They
we
gonna
have
make
to,
it that.
That's how we have to address things in some cases
It's a black and white thing.
it is.
Navy Federal. Did you read about that? Navy Federal. Same black people got the same bank accounts as everybody else. Black people getting 50% less.
And that's the military.
Less investment.
And these are people that serve in the country.
Yeah.
From Navy Federal.
Oh, I was
50%
shocked on that one, Bo.
50% less
Yeah.
than the white people.
Yeah, well, that's across the board. What I'm saying is,
And it's a black and white thing.
And I understand that, and I just said it. It's unfortunate that we have to address the situation as it's not a black and white thing. You talk to the intellect of a person. And it's
You can
unfortunate.
talk to the intellect,
it's
but the
unfortunate
evil of a
that
person
we
gonna
have to
overrule
go
it.
that way, but you do. When you look at the people that are in most cases, that are most successful with getting black, whites to understand or to agree, they don't just go at it as a black and white thing. They talk to the intellect of the person.
But the moment they're granted that now, they can no longer advocate for their people.
I didn't say.
The moment they do that,
What rich white person?
the moment they can no longer advocate for their people. Am I right?
Say that again.
I'm saying the moment somebody breaks through, let's just say, oh wow, they didn't track it from a black or white issue, and they get in this partnership with a major Caucasian partner. After that partnership goes and everything, they no longer, you see them as strongly advocating for their people. It's like, hey, we done this, so you need to be right over here and just do it, and we're helping those kids that you select out, and you just need to be quiet. I mean, I'm just saying, like,
it's still the yoke that I was saying. It's the yoke that they have over us.
How
So
many
you just
rich
have
white
to, I
people
mean,
you
so
see
it
in
is black and
Wakefield?
white.
I'm telling you. How many
I never
rich white
said that
people
it
you seen in
wasn't.
Wakefield? Look what we
I
got
said
to
that
eat.
we have to address it in a certain way.
But when
I
you-
agree. I'm black all day.
But when you do, Sister J, they are going to, let's just say, okay, you come in with your films and your stuff cover a lot of issues that people face. But the moment you get a majority white partner, I guarantee you, hey, that's a good film, but hey, we need to take that part out. Are you gonna like say, nah, I'm gonna keep it in, but they done already put like 10, 15 million behind your film? Or you gonna kind of like, okay, well, I might need to take it out.
You butt naked.
And or they sitting there saying, I'm just saying, like, it's just hard because they control the revenue.
And I agree, and that's why I'm saying that. Okay, for one, when they control your money, yes, they control what you can do and what you can't do. We know that part.
So they do
the
all of
independent for the independent people, the self-made millionaire people, even when you get to a certain plateau, even on your own, you get to a certain plateau, you still got to mingle and dance with them at some point.
Ask Kanye. They cut his money. Kanye was mingling and dancing with him. He had the hat on, everything, shaking the President Donald Trump hand.
Still
He
did
up there
him.
with Adidas and everybody. They cut his ass off though, didn't they?
Still did him. So it don't matter, you know. So then you got nowhere to go.
I mean,
I just don't
we
think that
talking
we
about
should
Kanye
stop
like he
fighting.
broke or something. Like I
Because
think
he's showing not even.
I think we talk about Kanye in the wrong light now. He's still doing real
One
well.
week- one
I
week
think
they-
by all our standards.
One week they celebrate you as the first black billionaire. The next week, you back
You on
into
you on
the
TV
money
saying,
thing.
hey, they locked up all my accounts.
The next week he was the shortest
about-
lived billionaire in history. They like first week he the first black billionaire. The next week he like ain't nobody been a billionaire for less time than Kanye. He was
youngest. I think he
Yeah,
was
that-
the youngest black billionaire.
Yeah, they can control the narrative, man. You know?
And we know that they are afraid that especially our black men, I just love my black men so much. They know that if you get together and come together as one, they know the power that you all possess.
Yeah, but instead of doing
Go
that,
kill it.
they take the black woman and poison the whole damn thing and just mess all this shit up. We'll be back.